Hey, this is Braden with Pickleball Effect. Today we're taking a look at some new paddles from Tempur. I've reviewed several of their paddles in the past and been a fan of them ever since, and I often recommend them to people. So this is a new shape in their lineup. It's called the Expanse. I have the Expanse LX with me, and then I also have the Expanse GXT. So these both share the same shape, but have a little different build to them. So talking about the shape first, if you know anything about Tempur, then you know how innovative and progressive they are with their shapes. The Expanse is a little more traditional. This is a wide body shape, which means it's a little shorter from bottom to top and then a little wider from side to side. This shape is going to be more forgiving and just a little easier to play with in general. And then they both have a 5-inch long handle that features Tempur's vibration dampening technology, which is going to help with overuse injuries like tennis elbow, which is pretty cool. So speaking to the LX version, this has a thicker core that's 16 millimeters thick and a fiberglass face that's lightly textured. When you feel it's pretty smooth, but there is some texture there. So the thicker core is going to soften up the paddle, give it a nice feel, while the fiberglass face is going to give you a little more punch. So they complement each other well there. And this is Tempur's new color design. This is called Indigo Ice, which I'm a huge fan of. I think it looks really cool. And then when we look at the GXT, the only difference between this one and the LX is the facing material and the thickness. So the GXT has a unidirectional carbon fiber facing material, which is going to help soften up the paddle and expand the size of the sweet spot. And then it has a thinner core that's going to give you a little more power. So essentially the paddles are just opposite of each other. So let's go put these on the court and we'll see how they play. After drilling and playing with both paddles for 2 weeks, here's my review of their performance. Starting with the Expanse LX, I'd categorize it as a control paddle. It has a light, medium soft feel to it at impact. The shape seems to take up a lot of space and gives you confidence when you're dinking and blocking shots. Most true wide body paddles that I've played like this tend to twist a little easier with off-center shots, but the Expanse was stable at impact, which allowed you to take full advantage of its wide forgiving shape when dinking and blocking shots. My consistency and touch at the net was the highlight of this paddle. Its stable wide body shape made it easy to control the ball while at the net. I could be aggressive with my dinking, but still take pace off the ball with a reset or a lift dink when I needed to. It also felt good with drops from the baseline and midcourt after some practice. Its lightweight feel at impact took some of its touch away as you moved away from the net. Fiberglass face paddles like the Expanse LX usually have some jump off the face that makes them a little harder to control, but I didn't feel that with the LX. I think it might be because of its wide body shape. Comparing it to the GXT, it's not quite as soft, but it does offer a little more power. The LX has a medium power rating in general, which can be expected for a control paddle, but it wasn't so low that it hampered my ability to attack. I had enough power when I needed it for serves, high balls, and counters, though I wasn't necessarily deadly in those situations. One downside of the LX was the lower spin rating. I would have liked to have a little more spin potential to make up for the lower power rating, so I could be more precise with roll volleys and other more technical attacks. Now let's take a look at the Expanse GXT. I'd categorize the Expanse GXT as a control paddle as well. The GXT has a soft, almost buttery type feel at impact that was really nice. My drops from the baseline and midcourt felt a little more precise compared to the LX as a result. Its unique soft feel and forgiving wide body shape powered my dinking and overall soft game around the net to a new level. Every area of my soft game, from drops, resets to dinks, benefited with this paddle in my hands. It was great. When it came to generating some offense, like the LX, it had a medium power range, though it offered a little less power compared to the LX. The GXT is thinner, so it was more maneuverable and cut through the air better than the LX. When it came to spin, like the LX, it has a lower spin rating. Drives and roll volleys at the net were all a little higher and had less top spin than I would like and can get from other paddles. So here's my recommendation. If you like to dictate the pace of play and wear your opponents down with your soft game, precision, and consistency, you'll love what this paddle will do for you. Conversely, if you struggle with the soft game, then these paddles will enhance your touch and produce less errors. I personally preferred the Expanse GXT over the LX. I thought the gains I got from the extra feel of the GXT outweighed the extra power you got from the LX, but that's just me, and I tend to lean into my soft game to win points more than my offensive ability. With performance level paddles always increasing in price, it's nice to see that these only cost $149 and $129. I think that Tempur offers some of the best performing paddles in that price range. The downside of these paddles was the lower spin rating. They also had less reach and lower power, so if those are things that you value, then these may not be the paddles for you. So that's my review. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helped.